Well, hello folks, welcome back to the channel. It is all about racing. In this particular episode, we're going to take a closer look at an IXO 143 scale Porsche 911 RSR. This being the 911 car, actually, the one that competes in the IMSA WeatherTech series here in the United States. Now, this was a one-off livery of which was unveiled at the 2018 Petite Le Mans, which is the last of the endurance races here in the United States. And as you can see, I've got a Petite Le Mans poster right behind this, or actually it's one of the, it's a poster that I picked up. Anyhow, that being said, this particular car is a die-cast car, which means it is made of metal, yes. Comes on a plastic base along with a jewel cover and the box that you see here. This claims that these are limited edition models or part of their limited edition model series. I'm not sure I particularly buy that, but that's another story for another day. That being said, this is quite an attractive livery. This was basically a throwback livery that Porsche had used in the 1980s on one of their other prototype cars, I believe. And this was adorned both the 911 as well as the 912 car, which I also have. I do have the sister car. Now, I do not know if they ever used this livery overseas in the on the 91 and 92 car that competed in the European. See, I don't know if it's. I'm not sure if it's the Fanatec GT Challenge that they compete in over there, but anyhow, I do not know if they unveiled this livery. I also have the 164 scale car that you can see here, and there are some subtle differences between the two. As you know, I've covered these in great detail on other videos that I've had. This particular car is a Sparky car, and of course this is an IXO. Both are die-cast, and the 164 cars lack some of the detail that you get on the larger cars. But as you can see, they look very, very similar. I mean, they're both absolutely excellent replicas, no matter whether you have 164 or 143. And as you can see, I have both. That being said, this is a very good rendering of this particular car, and I think they did a very good job on it overall. The wheels are nice looking. As you know, I always look at the wheels first. To me, sometimes they're the real weak point of a car. And as you can see, they did a really good job with the Michelin logos on the rubber tires. You've got the gold wheels, which I really like. You can see the rotor in the background, but I do not see brake calipers on it. All the other details on this side of the car looks excellent. If you are not familiar with the IMSA WeatherTech series, IMSA stands for the International Motorsports Association. It is a US-based racing organization that has both prototypes and sports cars. They have about, I guess they're about 11 races a year. They vary at different venues. But one thing that is always the same and has been for a number of years are the endurance races, which start in January with the Rolex 24. Then in March, you have the Sebring 12-hour. In June, you have the Watkins Glen 6-hour, which I will be leaving for in just a couple of weeks. And then it ends the season with the Petite Le Mans, which is held in Brazelton, Georgia, a town just outside of Atlanta. Coincidentally, where Porsche's North 11 headquarters are based is Atlanta, Georgia. So a lot of times they unveil special liveries at Petite Le Mans. For example, in 2019, it was the Coca-Cola livery. In 2018, it was this one. And this was a one-off livery. As I said, this is based on a livery they had back in the I think it was in the 1980s on one of their prototype cars. But they did an absolutely beautiful job with it on this. I think it looks terrific on the Porsche 911 as it did on the prototype. And I am going to try to acquire that prototype car just to have it to show you guys. I just have not bought it yet. I found one, but it's a seller out in Greece. And I'm a little concerned about buying something from Greece. I haven't bought anything from Greece yet. So I don't know. But anyhow, all things look good on this. The front detail looks very, very good. You see the tow hook. The grille looks excellent. You got the front splitter. Headlights look good. The louvers on this car, whether they're on the side, whether they're in the back, or whether they are on the front here. Now, this is a rear-engine car, so there's nothing but radiators up front, and the fuel tank is there. But there's absolutely nothing that you can see. They don't perforate it as you might find on a Spark car. That's the difference between a $50 and a $100 car. However, all the other details look good. The windshield banner looks excellent. The top of the car looks good. I mean, they did a really, really good job with this car. Interior detail is not bad, and you have to really get it like a detail light because these windows are shaded. There you go. Now you can see the interior. You can clearly see the Porsche logo on the steering wheel. You can see the seat. You don't have netting on here. You know, the IXO models lack a lot of the finer touches that you get on a Spark car, but nevertheless, it looks pretty doggone good. That light is blinding, isn't it? So we'll turn that off since you have seen that. Anyhow, that is that side. That's the front side. On the passenger side, we'll roll this thing around. You can see it's not much different than the other side. You can more clearly from this side see the fuel engine, the fuel tank outlet that you see right there. And again, a lot of the same details that you see on the rear. They did a good job with the decals on this car. You can clearly see Nick Tandy, Patrick Pillay, and Fred Makowicki on there. Now, they have screwed up decals on other Porsches that I have. I've got 6 of these IXOs now, and 4 of them are good. 2 of them they did really crappy detail work on, but this is not one of them. And I really like this livery. I can't quite make sense of it, but it's just neat. It's different. You do have the white banner and the white rear wing on this. The 912 car has a black banner and a black rear wing, and some of the red touches that you have here, for example, are in yellow on the 912 car, but very selective. This is a look at the rear engine, or the engine bay cover. Now, this is a mid-engine car because this is an RSR. You don't have open. Well, your engine is back there, but those louvers should be perforated. They should be open. They're not on this particular car. Here is a good look at the back of it. And you can see the beautiful rear diffuser. You see the Porsche logo underneath there. Very, very sharp. Things look good as far as the lights. And the tow hook and the exhaust. Now, this being in the IMSA WeatherTech series, something for that some of you may not know. They have what they call our leader lights, and they do not have the leader lights on this car. It is one thing it's missing. It's a number panel that tells you what place the car is running, and that's one thing that's lacking on this car too. But also to help identify cars as far as the class that they race in. For example, this is a GTLM car, which stands for GT Le Mans. It is very similar to the GTE car that they run in Europe, which means it's a factory team that has factory support. It's very advanced as far as its aerodynamics. In fact, so advanced and so expensive they're not even running them, or they'll be phasing these cars out in 2024 completely, both in the IMSA WeatherTech series as well as in Europe, and they're going to be running GT3 cars only. But back in these days, this was a factory team. Consequently, the number panel is red, like you see right there. Your mirrors are red. The end caps on the windshield banner are red, as well as the end cap on the rear wing, all red. Now, were this a GTD car, or for GT Daytona, which are Pro-Am entries, they would be green, and they are not as advanced as far as the aerodynamics as this particular car is. And that is the difference between them. Anyhow, that being said, I hope you have enjoyed this review. We'll see you next time. Take care.